Let us continue with our solving of common engineering entrance exam questions previous years. So we'll look into the next question in sequence and series topic. The question goes like this: the sixth term in the sequence 3, 1, 1 by 3, etc. is the sixth term in the sequence 3, 1, 1 by 3, etc. is. So the options are A 1 by 27, B 1 by 9, C 1 by 81, D 1 by 17, E 1 by 7. So the answer is C, that is 1 by 81. So what kind of sequence is this? This is a geometric progression. Geometric progression. Okay. By looking at the sequence, so it's a geometric progression, and it is having the first value of the geometric progression is 3, and the common ratio equals 1 by 3. Okay. The first element is 3, A equal to 3, and this common ratio is 1 by 3. So what is the sixth term in this sequence? The sixth term in the sequence can be represented as A6. So A1, A2, A3, A1 equal to 3, A2 equal to 1, A3 equal to 1 by 3, and so on. So A6 will be A into R raised to 5. So we know the general term, that is AN or AK equal to AR raised to A into R raised to N minus 1. Okay. So A6 equal to, so you know that A equal to 3 and R equal to 1 by 3, that is common ratio. So A6 equal to 3 into 1 by 3 raised to 5. So that would be 1 by 3 raised to 4, that is equal to 1 by 81. That is option C. Okay. So this was a simple question, but it has been asked in the previous year question papers of Common Engineering Entrance Examination. So now we'll look into the next question. 3 numbers are in arithmetic progression. Their sum is 21, and the product of the first number and the third number is 45. So then the product of these 3 numbers is. So the question goes like this: the 3 numbers are in arithmetic progression. Their sum is 21, and the product of the first number and the third number is 45. Then the product of these 3 numbers is option A 315, option B 90, option C 180, option D 270, option E 450. The answer is option A, that is 315. So we have 3 numbers that are in arithmetic progression. So if there are 3 numbers, since 3 numbers are in arithmetic progression, we will consider those 3 numbers as, let the 3 numbers be A minus D, A plus D. So this is applicable to any problem of this kind. So if like you have 3 consecutive numbers, they are in consecutive numbers, they are in arithmetic progression. So we will assign them as A minus D, A plus D. Okay, let the 3 numbers be A minus D, A plus D. So if A minus D, A and A plus D, then what would be the arithmetic mean? It will be A. Okay. So that is A plus D plus A minus D by 2. So that is equal to A. So A minus D. So what is D? D is the common difference. Let the numbers be A minus D, A plus D, where A is the, since there are 3 numbers which are in arithmetic progression, so D is the common difference. A is the middle term, that is the arithmetic mean here. Now, according to the question, the sum of these 3 numbers is 21. That is A minus D plus A plus D equal to 21. A minus D plus A plus D equal to 21. So what would be the sum? So a minus d plus a plus d equal to 21 means, so the d and d minus d and plus d gets cancelled. So a plus a plus a, that is equal to 3a equal to 21. So a equal to 7. A equal to 7. Also given a minus d, the product of the first and the third number, that is equal to 45. The product of the first and the third number equal to 45. So from this first case, you have got the first term as 7. Now, so that middle term, not first term, middle term as equal to 7. Now, according to the question, the sum of the product of the first number and the third number is equal to 45. So if that is the case, a minus d into a plus d equal to 45. When you take the product, so this is of the form a minus b into a plus b, or a plus b into a minus b. So that is equal to a square minus b square. So this is a minus d into a plus d will give a square minus d square. That is equal to 45. So we know that a equal to 7. Substitute for a. So you will have 7 square, that is equal to 49, minus d square equal to 45. So when you shift this d square to the RHS and 45 to the LHS, so 45 minus 49 equal to 4. D square equal to 4. What will be d? It will be square root of 4, which is equal to plus or minus 2. Okay, plus or minus 2. So what would be the numbers? So it can be either plus or minus 2. So if it is plus 2, the numbers would be, so a is equal to 7. So 7 minus 2, 7 and 7 plus 2. That is 5, 7, 9. Okay. If it is d equal to a positive value. If it is d equal to negative value, this would be 975. Okay. So it will be 579 or 975. So what is the product of these three numbers? The product of three numbers is 5 into 7 into 9. 5 into 7 into 9. Okay. That gives 315. That is option A. Option A. So we'll look into the next question. If A1, A2, A3, etc., A20 are in arithmetic progression and A1 plus A20 equal to 45, then the sum of the terms A1 plus A2 plus A3 plus etc. up to A20 is equal to. You have 5 options. Option A 90, option B 900, option C 350, option D 450, option E 730. So the answer is option D, that is 450. So how you have reached this answer 450? So given in the question A1, A2, A3, there are 20 terms, they are in arithmetic progression, and the sum of the first term, that is A1, and the last term A20 is equal to 45. So the sum of n terms, that is here n will be equal to 20, that is 20 terms are there. So sum of n term, first n terms, that is n Sn equal to S20 equal to Sn equal to n by 2 into a plus l, where l is the, what is this l? That is the last term. So since n equal to 20, so S20 equal to n equal to, so 20 by 2 into a plus l, that is the sum of first term and last term. That is already given in the question, that is equal to 45. So 20 by 2 into 45, which is equal to 450. That is option D. Okay, so that's how you got this 450. We'll look into the next question. The sum of the series 1 into 1 plus 2 into 1 plus 3 plus 3 into 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 4 into 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus etc. plus 10, the last term is plus 10 into 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus etc. up to 19 is equal to option A 385, option B 1025, option C 1125, option D 2025, option D 3025. So the answer is option E, that is 3025. So how we have got this answer? We'll look into it. So you are given the series, that is 1 into 1 plus 1, 2 into 1 plus 3 plus 2, 3 into 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 4 into 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus etc. plus 10 into 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus etc. up to 19. Now you can see here there is a pattern in this series. You can see 1 into 1 plus 2 into 1 plus 3. What is 1 plus 3? That is equal to 4. So 1 plus 3 plus 5, that is equal to 9. So this 1 plus 3 equal to 4, that is actually 2 square. So 3 into this would be 9. So 3 into 9 means 3 square plus 4 into this would be 1 plus 3 4, 4 plus 5 9, and plus 7 16. So 4 square. Okay, so it is 16 is 4 square. So you can see that there's a pattern like this: 1 into 1 square, that is 1, plus 2 into 2 square, plus 3 into 3 square, plus 4 into 4 square, plus etc. The last term would be 10 into 10 square, that is 10 into 100, equal to 10 into 10 square. Now so 1 into 1 square is 1 cube, plus 2 into 2 square, that is 2 cube, plus 3 into 3 square equal to 3 cube, plus 4 into 4 square equal to 4 cube, plus etc. The last term would be 10 cube plus 10 cube. So we know that the sum of the cubes of n terms is equal to sum of the two cubes of n natural numbers is equal to n into n plus. We know the sum of the cubes of n natural numbers is equal to n into n plus 1 by 2 whole square. N into n plus 1 by 2 equal to whole square, where n is the n number of terms. Okay, so n natural number, the last number, n natural numbers. So n into n plus 1 by 2 whole square. So when you so what would be 1 cube plus 2 cube plus 3 cube plus 4 cube plus etc. 10 cube? That would be 10 into 10 plus 1 by 2 whole square. That is 10 into 11 by 2 whole square. That is equal to, so 2 and 10, it will be 5. 5 into 11, 55. 55 square equal to 3025. 3025. Okay, so that was this option E. Option E, 3025. Okay, so you can see here in this question what we did. First, we simplify, so we had even don't get confused looking at the series. So you have to look into it as how you can simplify it. So when we took the sum 1 plus 3 and 1 plus 3 plus 5, we saw that there was a pattern like 1 square into 2 square, 3 square, and like so on. Then we multiply that, we got in the sum of cube terms, which we already know, the general form, that is n into n plus 1 by 2 whole square. So that is 10 into 11 by 2 whole square, that is 55 square equal to 3025. So we look into the next question. If the fourth term of a geometric progression is 32, whose common ratio is half of the first term. If the fourth term of a geometric progression is 32, whose common ratio is half of the first term, then the 15th term is. Option A, 200 raised to 2 raised to 12. Option B, 218. 2 raised to 18. Option C, 2 raised to 14. Option D, 2 raised to 16. Option E, 2 raised to 10. So once again, option A, 2 raised to 12. Option B, 2 raised to 18. Option C, 2 raised to 14. Option D, 2 raised to 16. Option E, 2 raised to 10. So the answer is option D, that is 2 raised to 16. So how we have got this, we'll look into it. So you are given the fourth term of a GP, the geometric progression is 32. That is A into R raised to 3 equal to 32. The common ratio is half of the first term. So if A is the first term, R is the common ratio. So the common ratio R is equal to A by 2. Okay, as per question, r, the common ratio r equal to a by 2, 1 by 2 into a, half of the first term. And the fourth term is 32. So ar in cube equal to 30, ar raised to 3 equal to 32. So you substitute for r, that will be a into a by 2 whole cube equal to 32. So you have 1 by 2 whole cube means 1 by 8. So a into a cube is equal to a raised to 4 equal to 32 into 8. What is 32 into 8? 8 2s are 16. So it is 256. So a raised to 4 equal to 256. So what is a? That is first term equal to the fourth root of the 256. That is equal to 4. Okay. So 4, so it will be fourth root of 256 is equal to 4. That is 4 into 4 into 4 into 4. Okay, so if a equal to 4, what is r? R equal to 1 by 2 of a. So 1 by 2 into a, that is 1 by 2 into 4 equal to 2. So what is the 15th term? The 15th term is equal to a into r raised to 14. That is equal to 4 into 2 raised to 14. 4 into 2 raised to 14. So 4 into 2 raised to 14 means 4 is equal to 2 square. So 2 square into 2 raised to 14. That is 2 plus 14 equal to 2 raised to 16. Okay, so that is option D. Okay, option D. We'll look into the next question. If A1, A2, A3, A4 are in arithmetic progression, if A1, A2, A3, A4 are in arithmetic progression, then what would be 1 by square root of A1 plus A2 root of A2 plus 1 by root of A2 plus root of A3 plus 1 by root of A3 plus root of A4 is equal to, that is, if A1, A2, A3, A4 are in arithmetic progression, then 1 by square root of A1 plus square root of A2 plus 1 by square root of A2 plus square root of A3 plus 1 by square root of A3 plus square root of A4 is equal to. So option A, square root of A4 minus square root of A1 by A3 minus A2. Option B, A4 minus A1 by A3 minus A2. Option C, A3 minus A2 by square root of A4 minus square root of A1. Option D, A1 minus A4 by A3 minus A1. Option E, A5 minus A0 A0 by A1 minus A4. So the answer is option A, that is square root of A4 minus square root of A1 by A3 minus A2. Okay, so how you have got the solution? So since A1, A2, A3, A4 are in AP, obviously A1, A2 minus A1 is equal to A3 minus A2 equal to A4 minus A3, or A1 minus A2 equal to A2 minus A3 equal to A3 minus A4. That is the common difference. It will be the same. So we'll take the sum of 1 by square root of A1 plus square root of A2 plus 1 by square root of A2 plus square root of A3 plus 1 by square root of A3 plus square root of A4. So we'll take the LCM. Okay, we'll take the LCM. So what do you have? So before we take the LCM, now you can see, okay, so we can see that square root of, so this term 1 by square root of A1 plus square root of A2. So instead of this 1, you can substitute a term, that is square root of A1 minus square root of A2 by square root of A1 minus square root of A2. Okay, again 1 by square root of A2 plus A3 is, you take square root of a2 minus a3 by square root of a2 plus square root of a3 into square root of a2 minus square root of a3 plus 1 by square root of a3 plus square root of a4 will be equal to square root of a3 minus square root of a4 by square root of a3 plus square root of a4 into square root of a3 minus square root of a4. Okay. So when you will get this term. Okay, this is rewritten in this form. Now, what is the product? Square root of a1 plus square. So this is of the form a plus b into a minus b form. So you have square root of a1 minus square root of a2 by a1 minus a2. Okay, that will be first term. You take the product of these two. The second term will be plus square root of a2 minus square root of a3 by a2 minus a3 plus square root of a3 minus square root of a4 by square root of a3 minus a3 minus a4. So as I told you, it is of the form a plus b into a minus b form, that is a square minus b square form. Okay. So, since these two terms a1, a2, a3, a4 are in arithmetic progression, you have a2 minus a1 equal to a3 minus a2 equal to a4 minus a3, or a1 minus a2 equal to a2 minus a3 equal to a3 minus a4. So we can represent this as either a1 minus a2. Okay, we can, so all these terms are this LCM, it is the same. So 1 by square root of a1 plus square root of a2 plus 1 by square root of a3, that is what is given in this question. 1 by plus 1 by square root of a3 plus square root of a4 equal to square root of a1 minus square root of a2 by a1 minus a2 plus square root of a2 minus square root of a3 by a2 minus a3 plus square root of a3 minus square root of a4 by a3 minus a4. So since a1 minus a2 equal to a2 minus a3 equal to a3 minus a4, so it will be, you can write it as a common term a1 minus a2. All are a1 minus a2. So square root of a1 minus square root of a2 plus square root of a2 minus square root of a3 plus square root of a3 minus square root of a4. So this term, this minus square root of a2 and plus the square root of a2 gets cancelled. Okay, this will become 0 minus and here square root of minus square root of a3 plus square root of a3, they get cancelled, they will become 0. So what you have, the remaining term is square root of a1 minus square root of a4 by a1 minus a2. Okay, square. So you can see the options. So these are the options here. So we will rearrange this. Okay. So we have this. This is the answer. But in our options, it is not seen. But a1 minus a2 is equal to a2 minus a3. a1 minus a2 equal to a2 minus a3 equal to a3 minus a4. So this term can be rewritten as minus a4 square root of a4 minus plus square root of a1 by a3 a3 a2 minus a3 a2 minus a3 a1 minus a2 equal to a2 minus a3. Okay. Now you simplify this. So in order to get this term, square root of a4 minus a4, so you bring the minus to the bottom, so you will have a3 minus a2. So square root of this is again equal. This is equal to, you bring the minus down. So square root of a4 minus square root of a1 by a2 minus a1. This is equal to square root of a4 minus square root of a1 by a3 minus a2. So since a2 minus a1, the common difference is the same. a2 minus a1 equal to a3 minus a2 equal to a4 minus a3. Okay. So that is why you have this option A. Okay. So we'll look into the next question. So this many questions so far, they were from Common Engineering Entrance Examination. There are other questions which are of 2 or 3 questions which are of different types. There are new type of questions. They can be asked in possibly asked in Common Engineering Entrance Examination. So we'll look into one such question. If the non-zero numbers, so look at this question. If the non-zero numbers x, y, z are in arithmetic progression, and tan inverse of x and tan inverse of y and tan inverse of z are also in arithmetic progression, then so if the non-zero numbers x, y, z are in arithmetic progression, and tan inverse of x and tan inverse of y and tan inverse of z are also in arithmetic progression, then option A, x equal to y equal to z. Option B, x into y equal to y into z. Option C, x square equal to y into z. Option D, z square equal to x into y. So answer is option A, x equal to y equal to z. So if x, y, z are in AP, and for tan inverse x, tan inverse y, and tan inverse z, if they are also in AP, then arithmetic progression, then the condition, that is the meaning of the question. That is, the condition is x equal to y equal to z, or xy equal to yz, or x square equal to yz, or z square equal to xy. So the answer is x equal to y equal to z. So since we have x in y and z are in arithmetic progression, so what the y will be the arithmetic mean between x and z. So y equal to x plus z by 2. That is 2y equal to 2 into y equal to x plus z. So we have tan inverse x, tan inverse y, and tan inverse z are also in arithmetic progression. That obviously tan inverse y will be the arithmetic mean between tan inverse x and tan inverse z. So 2 tan inverse y equal to tan inverse x plus tan inverse z by 2. That is 2 into tan inverse y equal to tan inverse x plus tan inverse z. Okay. So there is a relation between this. This can be again rewritten as 2 tan inverse y equal to tan inverse of 2y by 1 minus y square, which is equal to tan inverse of x plus z by 1 minus xz. Okay, you can see the geometric relations, trigonometric relations. There will be a relation like this. So 2 tan inverse y equal to tan inverse of 2y by 1 minus y square. Tan inverse x plus tan inverse z equal to tan inverse of x plus z by 1 minus xz. Now when you take the tan inverse, finally when you equate these two terms, what you get, 2y by 1 minus y square equal to x plus z by 1 minus xz. That is 1 minus y square equal to 1 minus xz. How we have got this? We know that x, y, z are in arithmetic progression, so 2y equal to x plus z. So 2y equal to x plus z. So instead of 2y, you can substitute x plus z. These two terms will get cancelled, so it will be 1. So 1 by y square equal to 1 by 1 minus xz. That would be 1 minus y square equal to 1 minus xz. When you equate it, okay, when you equate this, you have y square equal to xz, y square equal to xz. So y square equal to xz, you have got. So the question doesn't end there. You have got now you have got y square equal to xz. Okay, y square equal to xz. Now you are given x, y, z are an arithmetic progression. Also, if y square equal to xz, which what it means? So y is an arithmetic geometric mean between x and z. So y square equal to xz, that means x, y, z are in geometric progression. Also x, y, z are in arithmetic progression. So if these two conditions need to be satisfied, then what is possible? X equal to y equal to z. If these two conditions are need to be satisfied, x, y are in arithmetic progression and x, y, z are in geometric progression, then we have x equal to y equal to z. So that is option A. Okay. Okay. So that is how it is. So first, from this expression, they are in arithmetic progression, we reach this term. Since these three terms are tan inverse x, tan inverse y, tan inverse z are in arithmetic progression, we are able to write this relation. That is again equated to this term. Finally equating them, we got y square equal to xz. So what we inferred from this x, y, z are in also they are also in geometric progression. So xy is an arithmetic progression and also xy is an geometric progression. So which means x equal to y equal to z. Then only these two conditions x, y, z are in arithmetic progression as well as x, y, z are in geometric progression. Okay. So we'll look into the next question. If x, 2x plus 2, 3x plus 3 are in geometric progression, then the fourth term is. Okay. Then the fourth term is. So x, 2x plus 2, 3x plus 3 are in geometric progression. Then the fourth term is. So based on this, they are in arithmetic geometric progression. So the answer, you have the options, that is option A 27, option B minus 27, option C 13.5, option D minus 13.5. So the answer here is option D, that is minus 13.5. So how you got this? So x, 2x plus 2, 3x plus 3 are in geometric progression, which means 2x plus 2 whole square equal to x into. So if A, B and C are in geometric progression, then B square equal to AC. So similarly, so 2x plus 2 whole square equal to x into 3x plus 3. So when you expand the terms on both the sides, you have 4x square plus 8x plus 4 equal to 3x square plus 3x. When you equate the terms, you have x square plus 5x plus 4 equal to 0. Okay, so this will be on the form x square plus 4x plus x plus 4. That is x x plus 1 into x plus 4 equal to 0. Then only you will get this x square plus 5x plus 2. So this, which we can factorize as x plus 1 into x plus 4 equal to 0. So which means x equal to minus 1 and x equal to minus 4. Okay. So x equal to minus 1 means 1 minus 5 plus 4. So this is 0. So that's not possible. So then that which means x equal to minus 4. X equal to minus 4. Okay. X equal to minus 4. So if x equal to minus 4, so why this is x equal to minus 1 not possible? See, x, when you substitute x equal to minus 1, what would be the terms? The first term would be minus 1. The second term would be 0, minus 2 plus 2, 0. The third term would be minus 3 plus 3, that is equal to 0. So that is not desirable. It's not a geometric progression. So x equal to minus 4 is a appropriate term. So the geometric progression is, the first term will be minus 4. The second term would be minus 2 into 2 into minus 4 plus 2. That is equal to minus 6. So the third term would be 3 into minus 4 plus 3. That is equal to minus 9, etc. Okay. So in this manner, what is the common ratio? 6 by 4. That is equal to 6 by 4 equal to 6 by 4 equal to 3 by 2 equal to 1.5. 6 by 4 equal to 3 by 2 equal to 1.5. So the common ratio is R equal to 1.5, and the first term is equal to minus 4. Okay, so the fourth term is minus a into r cube. So a into r cube means a is minus 4, r cube is 1.5 raised to 4. Otherwise you can write from the third term, you know the third term is minus 9. So the fourth term is, you multiply with that common ratio, that is minus 9 into 1.5. Okay, otherwise you can go for a into r cube equal a4 equal to a into r cube. So r is equal to 1.5 and a is equal to minus 4. You can go in that way. Otherwise just multiply the third term with the common ratio, you will get the fourth term. So minus 9 into 1.5 equal to minus 13.5. Minus 13.5. So that is option D. Okay. So that is option D. So we'll go for the next question. The value of 0.16 raised to logarithm logarithm to the base 2.5 into 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 square plus 1 by 3 cube plus etc. to infinity is the value of 0.16 raised to logarithm to the base 2.5 into 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 square plus 1 by 3 cube plus etc. up to infinity is option A 2, option B 3, option C 4, option D none of these. So the answer is option C, that is 4. Option C, that is equal to 4. So we'll look into how we have got this value. So we are asked to find the value of this. Now here it is not never it's said that it is a geometric progression or arithmetic progression or like that. Okay, it is even not even it is indicating that it is a problem related to sequence and series. But you have to identify from the question what kind of you can apply. Okay, so it can from this term you can understand that this is a sequence and series term. Okay, so we have the sum of let S be the sum of 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 square plus 1 plus 3 cube plus etc. Okay, so the sum of these binomial terms, so these are binomial these terms, there are some of these terms, so it will be 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 square plus 1 by 3 cube. Then what would be the sum of n natural numbers? So it will be 1 by 3 by 1 minus 1 by 3, that is equal to 1 by 3 by 1 minus 1 by 3. So 1 minus 1 by 3 equal to 2 by 3, that is equal to S equal to 1 by 2. So S equal to 1 by 3 by 1 minus 1 by 3 equal to 1 by 2. Okay. So y equal to, okay, so let S equal to, so 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 square plus 1 by 3 cube plus etc. up to infinity is equal to 1 by 2. So let y, okay, so let this y be the answer or solution of this expression 0.16 raised to logarithm to the base 2.5 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 square plus 1 by 3 cube plus etc. up to infinity. Okay, so what was this term? This was equal to 1 by 2. So y equal to 0.16 raised to logarithm to the base 2.5 into 1 by 2 of 1 by 2. Now we take logarithm in both the sides. So you have logarithm natural logarithm to y equal to logarithm to the base 2.5 into 1 by 2 into, since this is an exponential term, so it will be logarithm 0.16 raised to logarithm 2.5 into 1 by 2. So that will be logarithm 2.5 raised of 1 by 2 into logarithm of 0.16. Okay, so this logarithm of 0.16 can be 0.4 whole square. So this will be logarithm y equal to 2 into 2 logarithm 2 into logarithm of 0.4. Now what is this term? Logarithm to the base 2.5 into 1 by 2. So what would be logarithm of a to the base b, that is equal to logarithm of a by logarithm of b, logarithm of a by logarithm of b. So here it would be logarithm of 1 by 2 by logarithm of 2.5. So logarithm of 1 by 2 means it would be minus logarithm of 2. Okay, logarithm of 1 by 2 means 2 raised to minus 1. So it will be minus logarithm of 2 by logarithm of 2.5. Okay, you can refer to this into, so this term was 2 into logarithm of 0.4. Again, what is this 2.5? 2.5, it is 1 by 0.4. Okay, 1 by 0.4 will give you 2.5. Okay, this 2.5 is equal to 1 by 0.4. So you have logarithm y equal to minus logarithm 2 by logarithm of 1 by 0.4 into 2 into logarithm of 0.4. So 1 by 0.4 will be minus logarithm 0.4. So minus logarithm of 2 by minus logarithm of 0.4 into 2 into logarithm of 0.4. So this and this will get cancelled. So you have logarithm of y equal to, that is the answer of this expression, equal to 2 into logarithm of 2. So this 2 when brought here, it will be logarithm of 2 square, that is equal to logarithm of 4. Again, taking anti-logarithm of on both the sides, you have y equal to 4. You have y equal to 4. Okay, so that is option C. Okay, so far we are covered all the possible questions, possible type of questions in which are asked in the common engineering entrance examination, as well as the possible type of question to be asked in common engineering entrance examination. So dear students, thank you very much for your cooperation, and wish you all the best from FISAT family, and I myself, Dr. Anish Matthew, faculty of Department of Electronics and Instrumentation Engineering, FISAT. So thank you dear students. Wish you all the best.